LinkedIn, it is in very early stage. It is easy to land clients via LinkedIn these days. Like, so from there I started, and then there were different classes of like Active Campaign and Zapier just now ended. MoEngage, different tools, Google's Data Studio, Google Ads, Google Analytics, and they went into in depth, and they taught us like how Avalon actually does marketing and all in the Pro League. And then after that, we learned all of these tools. We did assignments which were like real life assignments. Like, they gave us the companies which Avalon kind of had them as a clients, and they told us, yeah, you figure out some things, you try to run ads, try to make ad copies for these companies and all. So we have to do like proper research and all. And so this is how we learn different tools of marketing via Pro League. And yeah, and me personally, I started like posting on LinkedIn and all about the WordPress and website development. So I landed around 2 clients during this Pro League, from starting days of Pro League. From only one assignment I landed, means website, they are WordPress development, WordPress website clients. But this is how this Pro League helped me to grow. Before this Pro League, I didn't know anything, and literally now I'm building websites for clients. So this was the kind of journey I had.
Speaking
Hello.
right now? Who was speaking? Hello.
I think that was Vivek Mane or
Oh,
Yeah,
Main.
thanks. Thanks, man. Congratulations for the clients, man.
thanks.
Hello, guys. Thanks, Vivek, man. Amazing journey with the Pro League. I was also listening to it. Are we set? Sub ready? Uh, we have some people. I think Elson is also joining us. Let me confirm it once, and then we can take up some questions. Okay. By the way, you guys can talk.
Acha. I guess we all got intimidated a little.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, God.
Go on. I'll just chat with Elson.
Seriously, anyway, someone say good morning.
Yeah, I mean,
Kidding.
Okay, so his net is off right now, so probably we are without him. So okay. Um, Before going on, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Divij. I've been freelancing for over a year now. I was in the Marketing Pro League 1, which was called the Beta Mentorship back then, and it has helped me, with my freelancing and marketing career. Uh, I know ये introduction काफी vague है क्योंकि थोड़ा सोने का time है मेरा. Uh, and I have been doing freelancing on these platforms quite rigorously for this year, and now I have left them for some reasons because I've opened my own agency and I feel I can get clients outside those platforms as well. But in my journey, these platforms played a big role, getting me started, getting my portfolio, and you know helping me learn more skills every day. So what I feel, these platforms are a good starting point for anyone with any sort of skills who wants to present it to the world, build a portfolio, and get a lot of money for it. So today is just a chill, casual session. You guys can ask me any question regarding these platforms or also freelancing in general. Also, uh, I'll just take them up and yeah, we can head on from there. So
So
if
I
anyone has any
yeah,
question,
I have a
When you
question
started,
regarding this.
uh, okay, we go one by one.
when you started this,
So essentially, I started in November of 2019. Then, because I did not have any mentor or any, experience with dealing with clients and these platforms, I had a very rough journey, both with both the platforms. So I grew these platforms, making a lot of mistakes, learning from them, and then due to some other mistakes in the future, my profiles on both the platforms, they dropped off. मतलब it was उनके पूरे खत्म हो गए थे in that sense क्योंकि मेरी कुछ mistakes की वजह से. Then after learning from those future mistakes, I rebuilt both the platforms to a very successful state right now. So I started essentially in November. Short answer.
Divij,
I had a question regarding this.
hello, Divij, can you hear?
Hello.
Yes, who is this?
Elson, can you hear
Hi,
me?
Elson. How are you, man?
Hey guys. Okay, guys. So I'll help moderate this so that you guys can get the maximum use of Divij for this session. Why don't you all just type it on there's a channel called Freelance. So you can just type your questions on the
nice.
Freelance channel. One second. Yeah, freelancing tips. So there's a text channel called Freelancing Tips. Just post your questions there, and that way Divij can take them one at a time. Cool.
If I am that channel once.
Yeah, because that way,
Freelancing tips.
freelancing tips. Yeah. Okay, Divij, I heard your intro, dude. Should I give them an intro? Then
Yes,
I'll do
why not? I did it
Yes.
already though.
Okay. Yeah. So, guys, I first got to know about Divij when he actually hopped on, for the beta marketing mentorship that Abhinav, me, and Suresh, Varun Suresh, had conduct. And Divij was one of that guys who kept getting our attention, and that's how. Okay. And then from there, we learned that he's just growing. He started off as a freelancer. Killed it there, and now he's collaborating with others in the freelance space, and he's one second. So this- Neha, sorry, I had to mute you. Yeah, so what I was saying is, from there, Divij started, and now what I heard today when I spoke to him is that he's almost on his way to setting up his own freelancing agency. And
Not
really
freelance
excited.
agency, but e-commerce marketing agency.
E-commerce marketing agency. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty cool. Divij, on the other hand, in terms of a personality, is how do you say it? He's a very cool guy. Cool with the inverted commas. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys will love his session. He'll be very free flowing. He's a very chill guy. So yeah, just post your questions on the freelancing tips channel. It's way down at the bottom, just after this voice channel, so you can find it there. Cool.
I see Abhinav is also here. So hi Abhinav, how are you, man? Yeah, probably he won't. Okay, we'll keep it there.
I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
keen
you're
to
the
hear
listener,
what you
I
have
know.
for us.
Oh
Yes.
my god. There's some pressure.
No pressure, Divij. Okay. Anyways,
Just kidding.
there are a lot of questions there. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Hey guys, which is the best to no, okay, this is old one. Abhi. This is okay. Yash. No, recording. How did you get your initial clients? Did you charge less or work for free? How did you build your portfolio initially? Okay, perfect. Good question. Very common question, I would say. To get initial clients, firstly, let me set one thing down, that all of which I'll be sharing will be my experience with my journey, what I did and what worked for me. Again, this is not hard and fast rules कि ये करने से ये मिलेगा, वो करने से वो मिलेगा. You got to test everything, right? So for me, to get initial clients, again, these were the platforms I got into. People say LinkedIn and cold email are great ways, which they are, but to get there's one problem with LinkedIn and cold email. When you're cold emailing someone, you have to create a problem for them, which they have to solve, and they have to pick you to solve that problem, right? You have to first make them aware that you have a problem. Okay, there's some echo.
I'll moderate that. One of the background.
Sure. So first you have to make them aware. Sorry, I can't speak like this. The echo is really bugging. Yeah, it's perfect now. Sorry. So first you have to make them aware of their problem. Then you have to make them aware of the solution as well, which you have to offer. So you have to do two sides. First, awareness of the problem. Then pitching yourself as a solution maker. But with the freelancing platforms, like any platform, Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, people with problems are coming there, and people with solutions are already there. So there's one step less कि तुम्हें problem create नहीं करनी पड़ेगी उनके लिए. Create is the very bad word. You don't have to make them aware of their problem, right? They're already aware. So I started off with Fiverr as a platform. I had to charge less because I didn't have the reviews, which is a social proof people have on the platform. So I had to charge less, but I didn't work for free. Please don't work for free. Only do if you're very, I would say, unconfident about your skills, or you're not sure about if you're good enough, or things like that, right? How did you build your portfolio initially? I built my portfolio initially. That was my main portfolio that got built was during the beta mentorship time, the Pro League 1 time. The variety of the vastness of the assignments. कौन कर रहा है यार ये? That's an echo, man. It's really bugging me. I'm so sorry. The vast assignments, they broadened my portfolio, and I picked it up from there. That's when my real growth started showing after the mentorship rolling ended. When to know when we are ready to start as a freelancer? For me, as a freelancer, what I wanted was freedom. Even though before freedom, it was actually to make money while in college. I'm actually in college right now. And the second thing was freedom. So whenever you feel you're not making enough and you have some time to spare in the side, except from your job, I guess you're in a job right now or a business. So then you're ready to get started as a freelancer, I'd say. Upwork has a feature where they have 60 connects only, and it's difficult to land clients only with those connects. So any tips to use them connect effectively? Yes, definitely. This is a very generic question, to be honest. There are 3 essential components which you need to master, optimize to effectively use your connects. Number 1 is the job you pick. This is the biggest mistake people make while applying for jobs or projects on Upwork, is they pick the wrong job. There are few details you need to have in mind while bidding for a job. Second is your proposal itself, the way you are portraying yourself, the way you are portraying yourself as a solution to the existing problem they have. And then third is your profile, how optimized your profile is to welcome your potential client. I find Fiverr or Upwork to be very crowded and highly competitive. Are there less crowded platforms for freelancers which you can suggest? So the good thing is, due to the coronavirus, people are, clients are actively looking more for remote workers for project-based hiring. So every platform is kind of crowded. It's just your perception if you can conquer it. Fiverr, I would say, is very difficult to master in the short run, but Upwork, you can bid on, say 100 jobs in a month, and your chances of getting accepted will be high. Yeah. I hope I'm going okay. If any feedback, because I'm just saying. Any feedback on this end? Are the questions, are the answers satisfactory? Nelson, anyone can unmute themselves and tell? I don't know.
Let me, from my end, what I would say is so the audience here, I'm pretty sure they're very range. They come from different ranges. Some people might know a little bit of freelancing, but there's a lot of people who probably never did, Upwork or Fiverr. So probably, I know there's this huge notion, like you just mentioned, that these platforms are so crowded. So maybe the first few steps, why is that notion there?
Right. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Correct. Thank you, Elson. Thank you, man. I just got into a very weird flow. So, sorry.
Can I just ask a question? This is related to what you just said right now.
Okay, go on.
So you said that about sites like Upwork and Fiverr. Now the thing is, I've been doing freelancing since last 2.5 months around.
Okay.
So the thing is, my Upwork profile has around 4 projects done. do you think I need a Fiverr profile? I mean to balance it, or on one platform, is it like enough?
So, in my opinion, you always need to diversify your. Yeah, that's an echo again. You always need to diversify your income streams. So there's nothing bad in having a Fiverr profile. It's just there to get you more clients, more leads, more prospects, right? So because Fiverr is something which you don't need to actively work towards to get more leads. You just have to set it up once and it's done. It's there. So in my opinion, you should always create um, profiles everywhere you can to diversify your income stream and not depend on one platform. Say you get 1 star review on Upwork and your profile is kind of downgraded and you don't get more clients in the future, so your income stream is dead if you only depend on one platform, right?
Thank you.
Okay, now I'll be more relevant to the whole audience with questions. I'll answer this question again. I find Upwork or Fiverr to be very crowded and highly competitive. Are there less crowded platforms or freelancers that you can suggest? I'll quickly brief everyone about what Upwork and Fiverr exactly are. Upwork and Fiverr are freelancing platforms where clients come with their problems, which your skills can solve essentially. So the main problem that we people have while learning skills, that we know the skill, we have learned it, but we don't have enough practice with it, right? We haven't practiced it much. So these platforms give you an opportunity to get people who have the problem which your skills can solve, and you get paid for that. So this way you're learning and enhancing your skill set, and also you're gaining money out of it. Upwork specifically is a platform which I love because it gives you full freedom with everything. You are the one who gets to send proposals on job postings, on various job postings, right? So the client will come, he'll put up his job posting, and as many freelancers see the job, they put up their proposal on that posting to get that job, right? Fiverr, on the other end, is different. It is based on a search engine mechanism. You have your own gigs, right? Say I'm good with email marketing. I'll set up a gig where I will do email marketing for say I'll write 5 emails for an email sequence, and I set up a gig for that. Now clients will find me through the search engine they have, and they will place the order there. So this is the difference between Fiverr and Upwork. Now, why Fiverr and Upwork are crowded? Because there's huge money you can make out of those platforms. That's why they're crowded and competitive. Are there less crowded platforms or freelancers which you can suggest? I don't suggest any other platforms. Firstly, because I haven't tried any other platform. Secondly, these are the highest, these are the most, these are the platforms with the highest number of clients on them, right? So these are the best ones out there. You need to be on the boat. Okay. Okay, I hope that question was answered properly. Hi, Devij. My question is that if you are new and you have some projects in your portfolio, but you don't have reviews or stars on Upwork or Fiverr because you're new, obviously. So how to get your first gig, and why people will give you projects when they're already good people with reviews and stars on the platform? Again, so this question is good because this always pops up somewhere that if there are good people in the industry, why should they hire you? The answer to this is probably different than what you'll think. What I did was I bid myself so low that they didn't care about my reviews. As you probably have read on the description, I started off with $9 an hour, which is in India it'll be normal, but when working with foreign clients, it's like very low for the skill we have. So my suggestion would be to start off with the lower price and then gradually increase it. With technology to start with, I don't get this question, I'm sorry. Hey, so I have been freelancing for so I guess this one is done. What do you do, Divij? I am primarily an email marketer. I love email. I ventured into different marketing fields, but my approach to taking up any client is that I start with email marketing and upsell them with different services of marketing, right? Social media, Facebook ads, SEO, and things like that, right? How do you plan to grow your agency long term? this is not relevant to this session, so I'll take it up outside, right? I created my gig, but it's been months now. There is nothing and not ranked, though. How to rank? This is a very common question. My gig doesn't rank. That's primarily because of the reason you don't know SEO. First learn SEO, then do Fiverr. It's if any marketer here knows SEO, so that is search engine optimization. It is optimizing for the search engine. So if someone searches for certain keyword, you need to have those keywords placed in your description, in your title, in your meta description for them to rank, right? So you first have to select a bunch of keywords which have high. So in SEO, it's search volume. With Fiverr, it is number of services with that keyword. So you need to keep finding various keywords and you know find that has high volume and low competition, right? Okay. How to convince clients to pay in TransferWise instead of PayPal? I personally I've used TransferWise, and I know why you're asking this question because PayPal has huge fees. This is very difficult because PayPal gives them this thing called a guaranteed refund or something. I'm not a big PayPal user. I mostly get my transactions through Zoom. That's XOOM. That is a company owned by PayPal. So probably this is something you can use. XOOM is the name. They basically have no cuts in between. You'll get what you want, right? People don't know what marketing is and what it include exactly. Can you explain it in brief? Okay. People don't know what marketing is. Okay, someone is unmuted. What marketing is a very broad question, I would say. Uh, Marketing is basically you showing in front of your target audience, I would say. Uh, this is the brief, I would say. Not a big definition guy I am. What is the first gig you offered? My first gig was social media management. After you've done work for a few international clients and want to increase your reach and the amount of work you get, what can be your options? After you've done a work for a few international clients and want to increase your reach and what? Okay, so the whole premise is diversification. So you need to have as much leads or prospects as possible to get the maximum amount of work. And 4 places I'd say you need to be at to be a great freelancer: or Fiverr, Upwork, LinkedIn, and also use cold email. I mentioned this in my post as well. If you're using all of these channels effectively on a regular, you'll keep on getting clients. I'm an absolute zero at freelancing, so how to know what path to choose, like which skill to go for? As you said, you wanted more freedom. So what it's like to work as a freelancer? Like how many hours per day you work or as a freelancer versus job? Just a random thought. Can one do job and freelance together? So firstly, I haven't done a job so far. I have interned places, but I haven't done a job as such. As a freelancer, I work 2 hours a day, uh, which gets me to a good pay. I don't really care about the money right now. Previously, I did. It's all about getting the time for me for now. So my goal was exactly to get my hourly rate to a place where I can work only 2 hours per day and still I'm sustainable. Yeah. Zoom is what I'm currently using. Perfect. I've heard that people use LinkedIn to get freelancing clients as well. And it's less competitive than Fiverr and Upwork. Can you shed some light on using LinkedIn to get freelancing clients? Absolutely, man. LinkedIn is also what I use. But again, as I mentioned earlier, there's something you have to, there's one more step, one more hurdle, which comes in the way when you're getting clients through LinkedIn or cold email, which is you need to make them aware of the problem as well. When you're at the freelancing platforms, don't need to make them aware of the problem because they're already aware. That's why they're on the platform looking at your services. Well, when you're doing freelancing from LinkedIn, you need to first make them aware that, yes, sir, you have this problem, and then pitch yourself. This, I am the person who will solve the problem. So there are 2 steps to it. I'm working as a social media with a company. What are the things I can show in my portfolio? You can show what campaigns you've run, what are the results you've achieved, your followers increase, the engagement, and things like that. Show them metrics, show them your creativity with the posts. Hey, Divish, what will be your top 3 tips for newbies to start freelancing? Okay, ऐसे क्वेश्चन मेरे को बहुत अजीब लगते हैं, मेरे को समझ नहीं आता कैसे आंसर दूं. टॉप 3 टिप्स यार. Top 3 tips. Number 1
Divesh, I
is
think you need to probably, drink a glass of water, dude. The number of questions that are flowing is huge.
yeah, probably do it.
Yeah.
Okay. What would be the top 3 tips, right? Number 1 tip would be to not give up early, because freelancing, especially because of the session, is very relevant, specific to the platforms. You won't see any result in 1 month or probably 2 months also, but when the results start showing, right, it's a snowball effect. कि तुम्हें 1 महीने में पहला first client in the first month, in the next one you get 3, next one you get 5. So you have to keep, consistent with what you're doing, keep pushing for a few months in the beginning. Number 2 tip is upsell your clients, because this is especially true for marketing. Marketing is very easy to upsell, right? Because if you're offering something that's like Lohit is offering social media management, right? So they want presence on social media. They want social media marketing. And it is very easy for you to upsell them email marketing as well, because there's another channel of marketing, and they're obviously up for it because they need more awareness in their target audience. So upsell is the second thing. And number 3 is, again, keep developing your skill set with whatever niche you're in. How to get high paying clients? Do you take up Indian clients? No, I do not take Indian clients at all, because I've had a very bad experience with them. Firstly, the pay is low, and secondly, again, just personal opinions, please don't bash me. I feel they keep bugging a lot and micromanage a lot. Okay. How to get high paying clients? Diversify your portfolio. The short answer: diversify your portfolio and show that you have made results. Okay. Upwork offers limited connects for bidding. Then how do you use them effectively, or better to buy more? I have already answered this question once, but I'll do it again. You need 3 things to be optimized to make your Upwork profile a success. Upwork journey to be a success. Number 1 is the jobs you pick. You need to pick the right jobs. There are certain metrics you need to have in mind. Check once before you bid for a job. Number 2 is the proposal itself. The proposal you pitch, how you portray yourself as a solution maker. You are the solution. You have to pitch it like that. And number 3 is the profile. How welcoming are you to your prospective client? Right. When I set my rate per hour, like $10 per hour, so is there any hourly deadline within which I need to finish the project? There are some deadlines, because things can't be vague. So for example, when you discuss the project with your client, you have your hourly rate, then probably your client will ask, how much time will you take to complete this project? So it's basically a understatement, I'll take less than 30 hours. So you have an upper limit to do it, which you can find with your experience. Or another thing you can do is, probably if you think that particular project is worth $500 and your hourly rate is $20, you can say that it will take me at least 20 hours to complete it, so that you get that 500 that you deserve. How to start freelancing using phone? I don't use phone for freelancing. I don't know how to answer this question. How do you get your first client outside of Upwork and Fiverr? So for me, it was cold email. It was very weird, I would say. I created an email sequence. If you know ClickBank, ClickBank is an affiliate. Okay, I'm getting too deep, I guess. So I created something for a company without taking money from them. I just created for fun, I would say. And I sent it to their manager, and they liked it, and they hired me. It wasn't thought of, but this is how I got my first client, and this is how I suggest people to get clients outside Upwork and Fiverr to provide value without even them asking for it. Make a better, optimize their business in some way, right? Design, marketing, coding, anything, right? I recently closed a client on Upwork and got 5-star reviews. Congratulations. So, like, will I get a good reply from clients on Upwork, and how to close a client after meeting when he is 50% convinced? Okay, so again, a 5-star review, and these platforms, they work on the algorithm of good reviews. So if you got a 5-star reviews, super good. This is very nice. And how to close a client after first meeting when he is 50% convinced? This is more of a sales question. But again, what has worked with me is I मतलब हिंदी में बोलो तो मैं उसे ज्ञान बहुत देता हूँ. मतलब whenever I am on a call with a client, a new client, I'll give him so much gyan that he's like, this guy knows what he's talking about, and then he hires me. So that's why my closing rate with these platforms is around 90% when I'm on a call. So 10 out of 9 people when I'm on a call, they hire me, right? Is there a specific time slot when more clients are active, more number of clients are active at night according to E-Type? Okay, perfect. Good question. Is there a specific time slot when more number of clients are active? More number of clients are active at night according to the time zone for US client. So this is a very specific question, and I like it for the reason, if you see the proposals people are putting on jobs, those are mostly South Asian countries: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. These countries are putting it. And when you find jobs which are in the time zone of 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., and so at that time, most South Asian people aren't awake. Okay, can you speak a little louder? Sure. Pratyush बोल देता हूँ. These South Asian people at 12 to 2 aren't awake. So when you send proposals at that time, it's more likely to get accepted because of the low competition, right? Does that make sense, right? तब वहाँ पे लोग कम bid कर रहे हैं, and there's less competition. You hit it over there, and then you get it. So for my advice, every day from 12 to 2, you have to stay a little late उसके लिए. Send 2 to 3 proposals every day for 2 weeks. I guarantee if your profile is set right and you pick the right jobs, I guarantee you'll get a job, right? How to okay, where were we? Okay, I have had more success with cold email outreach rather than freelance platforms. How can I do well in Fiverr and Upwork without being like months and months, as I've already worked for a lot of people, right? So the wait part is mostly with Fiverr, in my opinion, because in Fiverr, clients need to find you. You can't find clients. But with Upwork, it's the opposite system. You find clients because you can see their jobs, and you have to send proposals to get accepted, right? Cold email outreach, I agree. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. But again, as I mentioned, you have to solve two problems. You need to tackle two things to get them to convert. First is you need to make them problem aware. Then you need to pitch your solution as well. So cold email outreach is amazing, but to get started, Fiverr and Upwork are amazing. How can I do well in Upwork? Like I just said, 12 se 2 बैठो, रोज 2 to 3 proposals for 2 weeks with your profile, and with your profile optimized and your the correct job. एक minute, let me drink a sip of water. Okay, feedback check. Elson, is everything all right? Am I going too fast? Am I answering right? I guess anyone else can also unmute themselves and answer if this session is going valuable. Any updates? Any
Yeah,
works?
Digvijay is
You are doing amazing, buddy.
yeah.
It's Divij, not Digvij. No issues.
Okay, it's going
ठीक है,
amazing.
perfect.
It's
have
a
a
full of
Thank you, thank you,
it's
thank
a,
you.
like okay.
I have a question.
No problem. Can you type it in? I'll answer it surely. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Need that validation. Acha. How to even get an account on Upwork? I have tried many times to create an account, but I have failed. Are there any tricks to get one? Yes, this is one thing. When you're creating a new account on Upwork, it needs to get approved by Upwork. So the thing with that is I in my first attempt also I got rejected by Upwork. If just facts. But then I watched a YouTube video on how to get approved, and I got approved. It was basically filling all the information they ask for in a very structured way, and then you are set. They'll approve you. Not much rocket science. Okay. You mentioned that for LinkedIn, I need to sensitize the prospect about a problem which I can solve. So how do I find the clients to whom I pitch? ठीक है. Firstly, um, say I'll take my example only. I'll take my example. As I'm starting an e-commerce marketing agency, my prospects are people who e-commerce store, right? So which industry they're in? They're in the consumer goods industry. So when you go on LinkedIn, okay, I work with foreign clients, so I put the location as United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia. I set up the industry as consumer goods, and I send, I do this is how I find my prospects, right? And to make them aware of their problem, you need to dive deep into exactly what you do. For me, it's e-commerce marketing, so I find things they can improve upon in their store, in their marketing, and things like that. Okay, you mentioned, okay, any tips for negotiation when do offline freelancing, and also when do you more work, and when do you more work that you were settled for? Okay, what do you do when you work more that you were settled for? Okay, this is a good question. First, I am very bad with negotiation. Yeah, I remember a time where it was so weird कि एक client मुझे बोलता कि then my hourly rate was $35, I guess. So he he asked me a question कि can you go a little low? And the next statement was कि हाँ, I can do at 30. It was so, I didn't even negotiate a bit. I'm very bad at negotiation, so I'm not the right person for negotiating. But what I found with these platforms is one thing: if you pitch in your hourly rate, more often than not, they will agree to it. They will agree to what you proposed in your proposal. That's why they accepted you in the first place, right? Also, what do you do when you do more than what you settled for? This is good question. When you're doing fixed price, you have to state everything beforehand of what all is in the scope of the job and what all will be charged extra. With hourly jobs, this is one good thing, because when we do extra, we're billing more hours, so we automatically get paid for that extra work. On what metrics should we charge or know if you're getting underpaid, if we are confused about the confidence of our skill set? Start low, as low as possible, as in if you think you're worth $20 per hour is your lowest, okay, go $20 per hour. If you feel $7 per hour is your lowest, go $7 per hour. Okay, and you have to increase it slowly. You can't just go in and say you're a $100 per hour guy because your skill set is good. No one will trust you, man. Other people are also there who are charging less and more qualified than you. So start low and धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ो. How to get connects on Upwork when all your connects are gone? You have to pay for them. It's a pay-to-play platform, and this is one reason I love it. Some people are very against this pay-to-play method that you have. Can we mute this guy, please? Some people are very against this pay-to-play thing because you have to buy connects to use them to send proposals. But this does one good thing, is it filters all the non-serious audience. People who are just around like this, they don't pay to send proposals. Only the serious guys are there who actually fight for that thing. So you have less competition in that terms, right? My first client on Upwork gave me a 5-star. Then she gave me another project, and another. And I'm sure I get take it out of Upwork so I can. Okay. My first client gave me a 5-star review. Then gave me another project. Then another. I'm still working with her. Is it advisable to just take her out of Upwork so that I can avoid the Upwork fees? Upwork is very. I am very biased towards Upwork, but it is because of the reason they support freelancers a lot. So these platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, for people who don't know, have a 20% commission fees, right? So if you earn $100, they'll take 20%. That is $20. Correct. Upwork is same. It also takes $20. But when you cross certain thresholds, they'll reduce the commission. For example, if you cross $500 with a client, you get they take only 10% commission, and after $10,000, which is a lot, I know, they take only 5% commission. So what I advise is keep her on Upwork, build your profiles. If you're not sure, if you're just beginning out, right? If you don't have a lot of reviews, hunt for reviews, not for money. The money will be there in the future. Reviews के पीछे भागो सिर्फ, तुम्हें अच्छे reviews चाहिए, ठीक है? Okay, great, going amazing. Suppose my hourly rate is $10, and I think I can finish the product at max 20 hours. So do I directly ask them to send $20, 200 in the beginning, or should I wait till the project gets finished, because the actual time to finish may vary, like the actual finishing time might be less than what I initially pitched. So if you're asking them on an hourly rate, then this question isn't valid, because as you bill hours specific to Upwork, you'll keep getting the money. And for hourly projects, it depends, right? If you're working on Fiverr, they don't have a thing called milestones. You have to give the whole payment at once. But with Upwork, Upwork fixed payments, there's something called as milestones, where you can break that payment down in various steps. So for example, again, I'll take my example of if a person wants an email sequence written, and so it'll break them down in 3 steps, or 2 steps, I would say. First is the email strategy, and second is the emails itself, right? So I'll charge, say, if the project is worth 500, I'll charge $50 for the strategy and rest for the writing. So when I do the work, I get the money. So it's milestone based. Okay. Everyone's getting rejected on Upwork first time. True. एक मिनट, पानी पी लो. Okay. Buy 3 proposals for 2 weeks. He will run out of connects. Should I buy connects? Yes, definitely, man. I guarantee there will be an ROI you can't imagine. But you know, if I 10 connects, $1.15 for 1 connect. So if even, and 6 connects to send 1 proposal, 4 to 6 connects, sometimes 2 also. So if I'd say if you're sending 20 proposals and bagging 1 client, you're spending $20 or $20 so dollars, and you'll 100% gain a lot out of that 1 client. So that ROI will be there. So I suggest buying connects to send proposals. But listen. जो आज रात को proposal डालने के motivation में आ रहा है, एक चीज ध्यान रख लो. मैंने इसके साथ 2 चीजें भी बोली है कि don't send proposals until your profile is optimized, and second, you don't know how to choose the right job. अगर तुम्हें आता है तो डालो, वरना मत डालना भी. एक और session कर लेंगे where we see how to pick the right description and how to optimize your profile. ठीक है? There is an end limit after which you surpass your hourly rate, and increasing the hourly rate means going overboard the competition rates. How did you shift to value-based pricing for clients who approach you first? एक और बार पढ़ देता हूँ. There's an end limit after which you surpass your hourly rate, and increasing the hourly rate means going overboard the competition rates. How did you shift to value-based pricing for clients who approach you first? Okay, this is where I'm stuck right now. I'll tell you. My hourly rate is somewhere where people with 13 or 14, 15 years of experience also have that same rate, or probably bidding lower than that. And being completely honest, this is where sometimes I get outbid because they say iska paas to 15 saal ka experience hai, why should we hire you? So this is um, this is a place where you need to be smart and be creative with your approach and be more, I would say, show them that experience is not with number of years, but the number of problem statements you have solved, right? This is one thing I truly believe in, that experience is not counted by the number of years you're working in a sector. It's the number of different problem statements you've solved. So if I have solved more problem statements than that 15-year experience guy, then I can uh, put myself above him in terms of hourly rate. Well, fair argument. I didn't start with the fresh account at all. The process for competitive pricing analysis and breakdown for your budget for invoicing purposes. So I don't look at the competitive prices now. I don't look at what others are pitching to the customer. Firstly, I select those jobs which are high paying, which are at my hourly rate. So I know what kind of clients will actually accept me. And that's why I don't care about the competitor pricing. Breaking down your budget for invoicing purposes, it is actually very dependent on project to project. But I usually break down the project in number of hours it will take, right? Certain parts, they'll take certain number of hours, and I leave it to the client to make the budgets for himself according to my hourly rate. Okay. Sometimes marketing results are dependent on various factors and are also long term. In such a case, how to ensure that we drive results for a client? So this is a very marketing related question, and this is a very valid question. You can only predict something if you have the experience to do it. You can't say things in the air. वरना तुम्हारा review एंड में खराब होगा तो पैसे नहीं मिलेंगे, and bad things can come up. So if you have some experience, say Facebook ads or some ads, you have to predict something for them, right? You can't just say ki give me $1,000-$2,000, I'll run ads for you and let's see what happens. They need certainty if they're putting in some money, right? Hey Divij, thoughts on personal branding and getting clients through that? Do you have a personal brand? I have just started my personal brand actually. It's an Instagram promotional purposes. My Instagram is divij.rakra. I put up content on freelancing and marketing. If anyone wants to follow, they can follow. Thoughts on personal and getting clients through that? That's amazing because why personal branding is crucial just for the purpose of getting clients is you already have a credibility where you're presenting your personal brand. So they don't have to do that, for example, your social proof with Instagram number of followers. So Siddharth over here, I know him. He has 50,000 followers on Instagram. So and when a client approaches him, he won't think twice before uh, hiring him because he already has a credibility over here. Sorry. Okay, no problem. And thoughts on getting clients on that is you will get a lot of inbound and outbound clients. It's similar to LinkedIn, I would say. And LinkedIn is also personal brand. Sorry. Upwork will now provide 10 connects every month starting this December itself. Upwork will provide 10 connects for every interview accepted. It won't give for every month, right? End of the questions. Do you think Upwork Premium is worth it? I've taken it because of the free connects. Upwork, can you mute yourself? Someone who's because of him is echoing. Upwork Premium is worth it when. Can we mute the guy? Thank you. Upwork Premium is worth it when I'll give you a quick example. You get 70 connects with Upwork Premium, and you get competitor bids का तुम्हें दिखता है कि what competitors have bidded, and you also get your custom URL and other few other things which are worthless, I would say. So um, so I'd say you're paying $10.5 on the connects, right? क्योंकि तुम्हें $10.5 के वैसे भी 70 connects मिल जाते. What you're paying that $4.5 extra is for competitor bids and your custom URL, right? So if you are at a lower state, right? This is a very reverse kind of advice. People usually give the opposite one. I'm giving the opposite. I'll give mine right now. If you are at a starting point of Upwork, you should buy Upwork Premium. The reason is you can see the competitor bids, because in the starting you need to underbid yourself. I wouldn't say you need to, but what I did underbid myself to levels which I didn't want to work at, but I would, just to get some reviews. As again, I'll say, starting में पैसे के पीछे नहीं भागना, reviews के पीछे भागना है. Reviews आएंगे तो झक मार के पैसा पीछे आ जाएगा. You need reviews, you need social proof on these platforms to grow in the long term. ठीक है? So Upwork Premium is worth it just in the beginning. बाद में you won't need it. I personally used it in my first and second month, and I didn't use it afterwards. पानी पी लेता हूँ, एक मिनट. Once you've filtered out prospective clients on LinkedIn, how do we initiate the conversation and pitch our services? Okay, good question. The first thing you need to do, you need to change in your, I would say, conversation is don't pitch your services. You have to make them problem aware, and making them problem aware and pitching your services are a different thing, right? If you just make them aware that your product page has these mistakes, which can be sorted out with CRO, conversion rate optimization. Probably this was some technical jargon, but you need to make them problem aware. Then after they're aware, they'll come at you themselves with the solution. You can pitch. You need to focus on building relationships, providing value. Just don't pitch yourself. क्योंकि सब लोग pitch कर रहे होते हैं. We have a sixth sense as a spam filter, so we don't give it much attention. So again, my process is, I'll quickly share my process as well. For the agency I'm building, our process with lead generation, is through cold emailing, but not only cold emailing, we are attaching a video to it, right? So all the mistakes they're making with whatever service we provide, right? Okay, just a minute. So can you mute the guy? Okay. So what we're doing is we are creating videos with my face. I'm personally creating them with my face in the bottom right and my screen presenting where we in the background, I'm just breaking down what all mistakes they're making with their marketing, with their product page, with everything which I can help them with. I'm taking a reverse angle of just pointing out the mistakes and getting them, quote unquote scared, quote unquote, creating some urgency, some rush in them कि यार ये गलती कर रहे हैं, solve करना है. And I take it up a notch by telling mistakes are costing you $X a year. So उनको और लगता है we are losing a lot. Then they book a call and things happen from there, right? Okay. How to rank? Thank you, Prakhar. How to rank our profile on Upwork and Fiverr so we can have more clients, because it is not that much easy to rank on first page and get more clients. And how to set good profile? Please share some tips. I want to I really want to, because this is where everyone messes up, setting up their profile, doing SEO for themselves. Um, I think we can take up another session just to set up your guys' profiles. I'll break down some profiles I've helped create, and how they're ranking on the first page, why they're ranking on the first page of some tough keywords. Um, I guess that we can take up a separate session for that, right? Your agency is linked to with your account on Upwork. Does it help in more acceptance? Right. This is a good question. I When I started the agency, I was full pumped into buying everything that is necessary to rock it. So there's an agency plan on Upwork, and
Vijay, that was my question.
Okay, man. Uh, Sorry. So I bought the agency plan, just getting pumped. Then I realized बाद में कि it's not much relevant for how I will get more leads. So I discarded the plan. So yeah, it doesn't. It will help in acceptance if you're linked with a high authority agency. I thought of this in the beginning. Ki if I get connected with a big agency, I will get more leads and I will get more acceptance. That can be a case, but that can be detrimental also if the client is only looking for a freelancer, not an agency. So I guess you were good to go without an agency as well. If you need only one site to start with, which one would you suggest, Fiverr or Upwork? I'd suggest both. We do, because Upwork is something which requires constant effort and constant care. Fiverr is something you create once and you're done. You are done for life. You just need to wait for clients to come in. You need to keep optimizing here some time or the other. But more or less, Fiverr is a one-time thing. Then clients keep coming to you. Upwork, on the other hand, has to be a consistent grind, again because it is high paying as well. It is high paying, so you need to keep on sending proposals on a daily basis. I do it even now sometimes, not that consistently, but like I used to do before, but because I have other plans now. So I do it now even for my agency leads as well, right? I need to keep doing it. Should we purchase reviews on Upwork in a different manners? Thanks. Again, unethical, but yes, you can. On Not on Upwork. Upwork is because when you purchase reviews on Upwork, it will show on your profile ki kitne ka project tha ye. So if you take in count of the 20% commission you're getting, so you'll probably get a fake review of around $5-7, $10, and that won't lose, even though to get a good momentum in the beginning, because the वहाँ पे पैसे नहीं लिखते कितने पैसे का project था, only the reviews show. Okay, Upwork has something which is called rising talent. Talent बोलते हैं उसको, etc. Most high-paying jobs have that title. I have seen some people who are getting this position $10,000 mark who cannot make even. Okay, so I myself was a rising talent on Upwork, and it does help honestly with your proposal acceptance rate, but isn't the game changer. Most of the high-paying jobs I've got is after the rising talent, right? Rising talent is good, but not a must. Even if you don't have rising talent, if you keep on grinding, you have a job success rate of over 90%. You'll again get top rated seller, right? Dude, this idea of fake reviews is great, especially to get social proof as a beginner. Thanks, lol. Don't tell it bahar kahin pe. ये account ban हो जाएगा. But yeah, fake reviews are pretty good to start with. Oof, 1 घंटा हो गया. Any other question, guys?
Okay, where are you taking questions from?
Okay, I am taking questions from the freelancing tips channel on this Discord server. Used it and you work like a Me too. I am guilty as well. I have used fake reviews as well. Thanks, appreciate your efforts. Thanks for the answers. Most welcome, sir. When it's the right time to take transition from freelancer to agency, when you want to scale, you feel you can't do everything on your own, and you want to scale. And it was different for me because I only work 1 or 2 hours a day, even tabhi I opened an agency, but because I like delegating and automating work, right? How to start with e-commerce marketing? Very good question, but irrelevant to this session's topic. So I can pick it up outside, right? You can ask me outside. Thank you. How you get your first order when you don't have anything to show your client? You underbid yourself. What tool do you use to scrape and send your cold emails? It's called Contact Out. It's an extension on Chrome. It's very good. Sir, how do you know that your profile is good at Upwork when you don't have much experience? You get it reviewed by someone who has experience. E-commerce, enterprise software, SaaS are all this the same? No, they're not the same. Did we have to invest on connects on Upwork? Initially, no. When you build, start a new profile, you get 20 connects for free. And Upwork has introduced something new, which is called whenever you get accepted for an interview, you get 10 connects. So it incentivizes people who are, sending good proposals, bidding on the right jobs, having a good profile, right? So yeah, it's no initial investment, but it is worth it in later stages. Can you repeat the name of the tool you used for your cold emails? It is called Contact Out. It's a plugin extension, sorry, we get on Google Chrome. It's very nice. One click and we have the email ID. It's free.
What's the name?
I'll type it in. Contact Out. Lisa has written. Very good extension. On Upwork, some clients write that Indians not allowed. Kindly don't spam me. Agreed, man. Many, not many, but some of the clients they write Indians, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, Nepali, Philippines. Don't send proposals on this job. You won't be accepted. Just for the reason that we have an image. Not an image, I would say. They have some past experience of Indians or the South Asians doing some scam with them. क्योंकि हाँ scam तो कर ही देते हैं कभी-कभार क्या बोलूं. You don't have to give exact number, but how much are you approximately making by freelancing right now, and how long did it take you to get here? And I appreciate you doing this. So this question is something I get a lot of times. I don't answer this question because my goals have changed. Previously it was money, now it is time. So my goal changed from making the maximum money to having the maximum time, and that happened by increasing my hourly rate. So if you want to know my hourly rate, that's $60 an hour. Can you please repeat the name of the tool? The tool is mentioned. I'm a MERN-stack web developer. Can you tell me some proposals that I can pitch to clients, as most of them go for WordPress websites? Sorry, man, I'm not qualified to answer this question. So then can you review my profile? I can review. I think I'll host a session if you guys want on profile optimization of Fiverr and Upwork to get more clients. ठीक है, ये कर सकते हैं. Just बहुत मेरे को webinar वाली feeling आ रही है. बस type in yes if you want this session. Please, thank you. Lol, is it for real? Yes, Rohan, it is for real. There are some people who do it. Again, the same question. Data entry, getting work. Data entry, getting work. Acha. Not sure what you mean by that, but you can get data entry work on any platform. Yes. What do you think of freelancer.in? I haven't personally used it, but I don't like it just because of the UI UX. Sorry, very biased for design. How you manage your mental peace when you struggle to find your first clients, but you didn't get any response? So actually, when I got my first client, I was in first year college. So it was just, I would say, a तुक्के से मेरे को मिल गया था वो. So it wasn't a core, hunt for client. I just got it through Fiverr.com. But when this is more of a spiritual question. I'm sorry, not qualified to answer it. How you manage your mental? Okay, same question. Just asking for the ballpark for self motivation. That's all. But it's okay if you don't. I just shared, no problem. Okay, we want a session on profile optimization. I guess कुछ ज़्यादा ही लोग guess बोल रहे हैं. Good, ठीक है, perfect. How do you network with other freelancers in your niche? I'm bad with networking, my man. I'm very bad. I do not network with other freelancers in my niche. I create my own niche. Hello, what services you provide? I provide whole marketing services, but often my starting point is usually email marketing. That's how I upsell them. How you manage your Okay. What services? How did you got Brian Tracy? It was actually through cold email, not Fiverr, Upwork. Yeah. Okay, I guess. Any other questions? I think we'll host another live session on profile optimization. I'll probably share my screen and review some profiles and tell what's wrong, what's right. I'll review some of the page 1 profiles of my friends which I helped to rank, and we'll probably dissect why they reach where they are right now. पानी पी लेता हूँ. I haven't worked with Brian Tracy. I have worked with his team. ये लोगों को बहुत misconception होता है for his goal mastery program, right? Are you a well-skilled person when you sign your first client? I don't know, bro. I spent 2-3 hours on Fiverr Upwork, but not able to find any client. What should I do? I think, again, very generic question. I would say you need to work on. I'm losing words right now. Late हो गया. बहुत ज़्यादा बोलते जा रहा हूँ मैं. For Upwork, you need to find the right job, right proposal, you need to have the right profile. On Fiverr, you need to have the right keyword set with, okay, again, right profile, right keywords, competition, high search volume, and create a niche for yourself, right? Do you think customizing as a part of cold outreach would be a great idea? We use it personally at my agency. We're using that to send cold emails, customized video proposals. Starting May, you have to do a bit effort to go up a notch by creating video proposals where others are only sending proposals. Have you used Cold Email Wizard books for learning? I haven't used Cold Email Wizards books for learning. What? Marketing or freelancing? Okay, so I guess that's the end of all the questions. A lot of questions have been answered. Amazing, man. Congrats to you. Level 2 is great. Awesome. I'll think I'll do a session on. I'll firstly repeat it again. Upwork पे तुझे एक अच्छी प्रोफाइल चाहिए, सही जॉब पे पोस्ट, सही जॉब पे अप्लाई करना है और सही प्रपोजल चाहिए. On Fiverr, you need the right keywords, your right profile. That's it. The right keyword should have low competition and high search volume. The basics of search engine optimization. ठीक है, तो I guess we're at the end of the session. Have been answered. I know कि बहुत आंसर नहीं हो पाए होंगे. नहीं, सारे तो हो गए होंगे. तो प्रॉपर वाला डायलॉग मारते हैं मैंने. सारे क्वेश्चन आंसर हो चुके हैं. But if you have any other question, you can DM me on my Instagram. It's instagram.com/divij.rakhra. I'll type in अपना सस्ता प्रमोशन करते हुए. Let me type it in. Okay, so you can DM me over here. I'll answer your other questions, and probably I can take another session on profile optimization and how to. Sorry.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes. Hi. Yes, sir. I can. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah. So Devaj, I think I was there in the session. I think we should conduct one more, like you mentioned about the profile optimization, etc. I think that'd be really good. Anyway, I'll connect with you on that later. But yeah, over to you.
Perfect, man.
The
Hello.
shameless.
Hello.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. Hello. I want to
Yes,
ask
who is
question
this,
about
man?
what if I run out finding email on contact out? If I
You
run out
run
with
out of
credits.
contact finding email. Credits.
Yeah,
Credits होते हैं
yeah,
क्या?
credits for credits होते हैं जिससे ना email फिर
So you can use another
मिलते
tool
नहीं
called
हैं.
Scrap.io. That's another tool called Scrap. Like I guess Bhavesh has some good tools as well. उससे पूछो, उसको भी पता है बहुत कुछ. So the other one, okay? So you keep on using different tools. Hunter भी है शायद से hunter.io, but I guess it's paid. Scrap is
Hunter
another
requires
extension.
work email.
So you can use Scrap, you can use Contact, you can use Hyperlink, I guess, build with other bots. Snove bhi hai. You can use a lot of them, right? There are a lot of free tools, and keep on using temp emails to keep renewing that free trial. ऐसे ही काम करते हैं जुगाड़ो Indians. Okay, bro. So I guess this is the end of the session. Thank you for tuning in. The classic conclusion जैसे लोग देते हैं. It was nice talking to you all. Amazing questions. I hope you pound it on Upwork and Fiverr and your freelancing career. We'll have another session for sure on profile optimization and other. If we can cover other things also, we will cover other things as well. ये proposal कैसे डालना है, right jobs कैसे ढूंढनी है. The 3 core things we need for Upwork, and then we'll take it from there. Hey guys, if you have any other questions, please DM me. And yeah. Bye.
I think you should just drop like on the main channel or any of the freelancing channels how the session was. Feedback for was he going too fast? Was he going too slow? Was he lucid enough? Was he lucid enough? Was everything clear? It helps, man. The speakers that are coming here. Helps them.
So I guess we can do it right now only. If you guys have any feedback, right? कि ज़्यादा casual हो गया ये, मतलब too casual, too friendly. Anything you want to say about the session? This will help me for the next one, right? So if you have any feedback, please let me know in the freelancing tips channel right now.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks a lot. Thanks everyone for showing up.
Thank you. I'll read the feedback. Thank you, Alison.
Good night, guys. Bye-bye.